Earlier today, one of the devs behind Ananta, called Ash, sat down for an interview at the Tokyo Game Show, and they dropped some pretty big details about how the game's gonna work and what we can expect moving forward. So in this video, we're gonna go over all of the new information, where I'll share my thoughts at the end of each answer. As you might notice, this is actually my first video on the channel, so if you like what you see here today, then please don't forget to subscribe for the latest news surrounding Ananta up until its release. But with that out of the way, let's dive right in with the very first question. I understand that Ananta does not have what is known as a character gacha, which I think is a fairly challenging attempt for a game like this. What was your aim in eliminating the character gacha? This game is being developed with the main focus on the player experiencing the life of a character. In reality, you can only experience one life, but in this game, you can enjoy as many different lives as there are characters. In order to allow players to experience the life of a character, we want them to be able to freely choose a character and enjoy a variety of different lives. For this reason, we've made it possible to obtain characters in a way that is not a gacha. So this is a big one. No character gacha at all. The whole idea is that instead of rolling for characters, every single one should be playable so you can step into their life. It's a pretty bold move compared to other games in the genre, and if they really stick with it, that could make Ananta stand out in a massive way. In the demo version at TGS 2025, you could switch between 3 characters, but will more be added in the future. That's the plan. We're still considering how we'll expand it specifically, but we're thinking of adding more characters to match the jobs that exist in the city. Each character in Ananta has their own story, and players will experience different lives depending on the character they choose. Therefore, going forward, we would like to create characters that will provide players with new experiences, taking into consideration feedback from players. Would you say the story experience will be the main focus? Rather than following a single story throughout the game, I think the idea is to experience the lives of the characters and enjoy life in each. In addition to the stories of each character, we also plan to provide sub-stories, hidden missions, and other stories that will surprise and entertain players. In addition to the solo mode where you can experience the life of a character, we are also considering a multiplayer mode where you can take on missions with friends in an open world. So there isn't one big main questline, it's more like branching lives and perspectives. And with sub-stories, hidden missions, and even potential multiplayer, there should be plenty of variety in how you experience the world. Things like growth and strengthening differ depending on the character. For example, the demo featured a police character named Richie, whose level increased by completing police-like tasks. In contrast, the delivery person Taffy's level increased by delivering packages. Does that mean I have to work to raise my level? Not at all. There are characters who are unemployed. In addition to completing tasks tailored to your profession, you can also level up by fighting chaos. You can also do so by living in the city, such as driving a car. Of course, if you don't like being unemployed, you can find yourself a job and earn money doing what you love. This is something I'm quite interested in. It's a system that actually seems like a lot of fun compared to the usual grind we see in a lot of other games. What kind of pricing structure will Ananta have? We plan to operate Ananta as a free-to-play game. This game will not have a gacha system for obtaining characters, and as for paid elements, we are currently planning to sell paid character skins. In addition to skins, character customization options include home renovations and car purchases, which can generally be purchased with in-game currency. We also plan to sell special items such as limited time event costumes as paid content. So the monetization looks pretty straightforward. It's free to play, with cosmetics and customization as the main revenue stream. Things like cars, homes, and most outfits should be obtainable through in-game currency, while special limited event items will be paid. If they balance this well, it could avoid a lot of frustrations that other free-to-play games run into. Speaking of Ananta, people are talking about how incredibly detailed the city is. But why did you decide to make the city so realistic? In Ananta, we wanted to create a setting where players could expand their imaginations and make the things they wanted to do come true. So we decided to create a modern city that players would be familiar with. However, a world that is exactly like reality would be boring, so we've incorporated an element that doesn't exist in reality: chaos. In this game, we want players to have an experience that would be impossible in reality through the existence of chaos in characters. The cityscape depicted in Ananta is reminiscent of Akihabara and Makuhari, and has an atmosphere that's familiar to us as Japanese people, making it very striking. What made you decide to create such an Asian-style cityscape? I feel that many of the city games out there are based on American cities like LA or New York. There are still very few city games set in Asia, so we wanted to create a game with a modern Asian city feel and send it out to the world. Also, many members of the Ananta development team are fans of Japanese anime, so they may have a desire to realize that image of a two-dimensional world. This is something I really love. It already sets the game apart visually, and if you're a fan of Japanese media, you'll instantly feel that influence in the atmosphere. The car chase scene that we experienced in the TGS 2025 demo was amazing. We created the action movie scene so that players could experience the cool and fun parts of anime and movie with their own hands. For example, in a car chase scene, you can shoot the tires of a chasing car and flip it over. We would be happy if players thought, that's it, this is what I wanted to do while playing. This is one of those player fantasy moments. Flipping cars, pulling stunts, living that over-the-top action scene. It's the kind of thing that, if they nail it, could feel absolutely cinematic while still being in your control. Many recent action games use flashy effects in production, but the fighting style of the characters in Ananta is quite hardcore. Are there any particular considerations when it comes to the characters' actions? While the battles in Ananta are unrealistic, we've created actions with human-like reactions in mind, such as blocking punches and narrowly avoiding attacks. The gameplay is designed so that players can enjoy these actions with minimal controls. This game doesn't limit you to one fighting style, but allows you to use a variety of fighting styles depending on the stage. Just like in Jackie Chan movies, you can pick up objects around you and use them as weapons. I really like how they're going for the stylized but believable feel, where every fight feels improvised and different. In the demo version at TGS 2025, we were able to see a map that looked like an island in the ocean. Will this map be expanded in the future? We plan to continue expanding the maps that players can explore. We'd also like to provide special ways to play that differ depending on the city. So we're not just being treated to a single city. They're planning to grow the world over time, with new towns, countries, and even unique gameplay depending on the region. How large is the team developing Ananta? I'd say about 700 to 800 people. We all work together at one base. That's a massive team size. For comparison, that's about on par with some of the biggest AAA projects out there, which gives you an idea of just how ambitious this game really is. Finally, please give a comment to the fans we're eagerly awaiting the release. I'm really happy to have been able to have this opportunity at an event like TGS. We are currently working on development of Ananta, hoping to deliver a game that everyone has never experienced before. The development of Ananta is still in the early stages, but I will do my best to meet everyone's expectations and deliver the completed game to players as soon as possible. I don't think it will take too long. So there you have it. Which part of Ananta are you most looking forward to? Let me know in the comments down below. But for now, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.